Studios, based out of Long Island, but with roots in Gentilly down here. Ladies and gentlemen, our next artist up is Eric Hutchinson. Neo Revolver, Crimson Huntress, all kinds of prints, and really bad Breaking Bad jokes. Eric, how's the Comic-Con treating you so far?
Oh, it's been amazing. I love it every time.
So since the last time I saw you, it looks like the Enbion's been taking some big steps forward. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the projects that are out and that are upcoming?
Okay, we have basically one major project called Crimson Huntress. So it's kind of like a gothic horror taking place with these crazy creatures called the Revenant, and how this girl basically goes through a bunch of stuff to become an amazing warrior. So
kind of getting into the whole Witchblade sort of vein.
No, it's really probably more like a vampire hunter kind of story.
All right.
So it's just an amazing tale that you know kind of will bring people to understand how to accept the gifts in themselves. You know.
Okay, so this is going to be ongoing or limited series with a definite end, or?
There will be a definite end to it. We basically have the whole story mapped out. We just got picked up on Comixology, and it's going to be pretty cool.
Outstanding. So what if any other projects are going to be coming out of your imprint in the near future?
We have a ton. What Enbion Studios really is a collective network of creative people, different artists and writers and that kind of stuff. So we probably have about 6 more projects that are going to be released this year, and we're just looking forward to having fun doing what we love.
All right, so some of the traditional questions we get on Humid City, and since you are a New Orleans native, I'm sure we'll get some solid answers this time.
Definitely.
What's your favorite food?
Favorite food has to be shrimp po' boys. I mean, it's always that toss-up between that and gumbo, but I don't know. Sometimes you just need the sandwich.
So where are you going to go for your best shrimp po' boy?
My mom's house. What are you talking about?
Now that's old school. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Now, you're based up in Long Island these days, you know, and a little bit of transparency here, ladies and gentlemen. Eric's my cousin, so I get to give him extra grief in the interviews. Do you project being back in New Orleans a good bit, or are you going to be spending a lot of time out on the road across country? You know, where can people try and track you down and tell you how great or awful your stuff is?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, we have been going to pretty much every Comic-Con we can get our hands on the East Coast. So all the way from New Orleans, Baltimore, Boston. We've been speaking at a lot of high schools and different colleges and that kind of stuff. So it's everything will pretty much be on our website for where we're going to be and who we're going to connect with.
All right, so if somebody wants to find your work, they want to check out Crimson Huntress or something like that, where do they go online?
Pretty much Enbion Studios, INBEON.com.
As you can see right over his head, Enbion Studios. All right, Eric, thanks a lot for taking a few minutes for us, and your mom gets to the cooking this time, all right?
Definitely.
And
look, before we even start this interview, I have to say this is the first interview I've ever done through Google Glass. Is that what they call it?
Yep.
Google Glass. Wow.
Yeah, it's not even out on the market yet. I'm lucky enough to be one of the beta testers for the prototype. It comes out next year. The couple of quick questions I had. First of all, first time in New Orleans. Have you ever been down here?
Do I shake all over the place?
I stabilize it. For the most, I'm pretty used to keeping it solid.
Okay.
Basically, if you look right here in the screen, you can see your own face and see how see exactly how you look.
It's like there's me in your eye or something. It's kind of freaking me out.
Oh, you should have seen when I was interviewing with Linda Hamilton. The Terminator jokes were great. But you know, I know a lot of people know your work because of the White Orc and the Hobbit. The big thing I want to ask you about is your work as Slade Wilson and Arrow. How'd you get hooked up with that? And
I was actually just traveling through Kuwait for doing a USO tour to meet the troops, and I was coming back through LA, and I got a phone call saying, you know, on the day that I was flying out, I got a phone call saying, do you want to go and audition for this series Arrow? You know, and I went and auditioned for it, and I mean, it wasn't Slade Wilson, the name of the character, when I did the audition, and I didn't even find out I was playing Slade Wilson on Deathstroke until I'd actually gotten the contract, flown to Vancouver, and they said, oh, you're going to play this guy called Slade Wilson.
Nice.
I thought I was playing a military role on this, you know, so it was kind of a weird development. But, you know, I like surprises, and, you know, we've basically developed a character now that's, you know, Marv Wolfman is here at this Comic-Con, and he...
Oh, I interviewed him yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, and he created Slade Wilson and Deathstroke, and he told me it was the best compliment that I could possibly get, that you know, I'm embodying the spirit of the character that he imagined, that he created. So, I mean, that was the best compliment I could get, yeah.
Well, your performance is definitely one of the ones that really makes Arrow one of the best things on TV right now, you know.
Yeah, well, Marv Wolfman told me that, you know, that the Slade that I was playing had the heart of the character that he needed, but it also had the dark ferocity.
Exactly.
So, you know, yeah, we're just trying to keep him real and you know, stay intact with what the character from the comic books is. Yeah.
Well,
the mind of Marv Wolfman.
Well, yeah, quite a mind it is too. So I gather you had a little bit of boot camp training for the part of Slade by going to boarding school in New Zealand back in the day. I've heard that was a bit of an experience.
We've all got our school of hard knock stories, you know, and yeah, mine was sort of like being involved in a boarding school in New Zealand. It sort of helped toughen me up, yeah.
So what kind of differences are there between working in New Zealand and working stateside on things like this?
You know, I mean, I haven't even worked stateside yet. You know, I'm filming in Canada right now in Vancouver.
Oh, all right.
Arrow, and you know, all the other projects I've done have been out of Australia and New Zealand. Even though I've done American projects, it's never been based in America itself. But you know, I don't know. It seems to be sort of all leading toward a gateway somewhere. You know, maybe in LA. So you know, my career's just kind of growing and building itself out. And you know, I've been surprised to be cast by Peter Jackson as Azog in The Hobbit, and now by Warner Brothers doing Arrow. So you know, I like one thing about this industry is that, you know, you seem to, you know, I mean, people talk about how being in the acting industry is this game of chance, and you know, it is. It's kind of like putting yourself out there, and you know, what you gamble is you gamble yourself, you gamble your skills. But you know, you need to be developed as an actor a long way before you get through certain doors.
Oh yeah.
So you know, everything's sort of culminating right now, and it'll be interesting to see, you know, how we develop over the next couple of years.
Well, it's great to see. Thanks for taking a few minutes to speak with us.
Yeah, no
you
worries.
have a great time in New Orleans.
Yeah, be careful with those glasses. You know?
I'll do my best. I'll do my well. You know, I avoided getting Linda Hamilton to terminate me, so I'm in good shape so far.
Cheers.
Thanks a lot. Have a great visit in the city.
Thank you.